So we're going to talk about autonomous airborne scientists for studying severe local storms. And what that boils down to is a drone that we use to chase tornadoes. So supercell thunderstorms, as I'm sure everybody knows, are the main type of storm that produce tornadoes. So we focus our research on that. And we're trying to advance the understanding of supercells by flying drones and taking weather samples around those storms. So since about 2010, about 6.5 years now, we've been flying our drones around superstorms. We started with the VORTEX 2 project that many of you may be familiar with. You can see a picture of the drone there in the lower left corner. It's called a Tempest. Some of our accomplishments have been able to get to fly around drones. As you can see here on this slide, at one point we had 59 different authorizations from the FAA to operate in Nebraska and Colorado. Now we can actually operate over the entire United States with our drones. One thing we're trying to bring into the picture now to increase our range is energy-aware flight, our dynamic soaring. Same thing an albatross does. We're trying to use the differential wind gradients in the atmosphere to basically power our drones when we can shut off the electric motor and give us much longer range. Currently we can fly about 3.5 hours under battery power, but if we get this energy aware system in place, hopefully we can fly all day long and chase a tornado from the full tornado genesis from start to stop. So to do that, we use online dual Doppler radars that are mounted on trucks. We take that Doppler radar data that you can see in this schematic up here, transmit that to a vehicle that has a large amount of computing power in it. Then we determine what the atmosphere looks like, come up with a solution for the aircraft to fly, and then send that information up to the aircraft so it can autonomously chase that storm. So that's the guidance and control system there that we're working on and that we've tested. The aircraft has a 5-hole wind probe that gives us 3-dimensional wind as well as pressure, temperature, and humidity. So when you integrate all that data together with the Doppler on the truck, the computing power in the vehicle, and the drone, we hope to be able to fly all day on tornadoes, getting weather information that can help the forecasters with saving lives. So here's field testing that we did in August of 2014 on that system, actually, and also through June 2015 down in Lubbock, Texas. You can see the drone being launched, the computing vehicle, and the Doppler on wheels there. That green track you see in the bottom is one of the first autonomous tracks that we had that shows where the aircraft flew. We have collaborators with Texas Tech and the University of Nebraska there with their meteorologists helping us with the project. So there's a picture of the drone. That's called a Tempest. That was a CU developed drone for that VORTEX 2 project. We still operate that aircraft, and we also have a twin motor version of it now that we also operate that we're going to be using in experiments starting at the end of this month and through the next spring severe storm season. So here's a loiter that you can see drawn on there, and that blue path is basically the path the aircraft took where it was able to extract energy from the atmosphere to fly without the motor being on. So all this is part of what we call IRIS, which is the Integrated Remote and In-Situ Sensing Initiative at CU. We have 8 different projects there that we work with drones on, and 2 of them are what we're talking about today, which is Project Storm and Project Autonomy. So that's some of the infrastructure we have. Obviously we have the multiple vehicles, and about right at this point I'd say we have about 35 UASs that we deploy and use around. Here's a video of us chasing a supercell storm. You can see at the bottom, you'll see a little yellow airplane launch up, and we're taking this photo from another drone. So you can see that supercell thunderstorm in the background, and we've taken off there, and we're going to go chase after that storm and fly through the rear flank downdraft of that storm. This was in Colorado in July of this year. So it's pretty exciting to be able to take this emerging UAS technology and apply it to something that's actually going to help make people safer and save lives. Going forward, we want to work on a project that we're calling TILT. And TILT, in summary, is taking 4 drones, 4 Doppler radar trucks, and 4 teams and completely surrounding a tornadic supercell storm to really understand what those outflow boundaries and inflow boundaries are doing and allow us to push that frontier of science a little bit further. So that's what we have for what we're doing with drones, chasing supercell thunderstorms at the University of Colorado. Thank you for your time.
Are there any questions?